Today is Friday, the 13th of January, 2023. Are y'all so superstitious? I'm not really superstitious at all. But anyway, I'm glad you all are here. This is my channel, Proverbs 31:22. My name is Shelly. I'm filming from Rogersville, Alabama, which is in the northwest corner of Alabama. And I've got some stitching to share with you guys, all cross stitch. Haven't done anything else except for cross stitch and work and basketball. So let's see, I last filmed on the 2nd, so that's not too terribly long. I did my whip parade and my recap, and that's served as my FlossTube update also. So I'm here with another FlossTube, FlossTube 117. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm going to jump right into the stitching after I do haul and stitchy kindness, and then I'll share any kind of like life updates slash what I'm watching, that kind of stuff to the end. Okay, sorry about that little break. I had to write down some stuff before I forgot. So, haul and stitchy kindness. So, when I first came back to cross stitching in 2019, this is a chart that really caught my eye, and I didn't snap it up. And then I went back just to Fat Quarter Shop, which is where I saw it, and it wasn't available anymore. And so I saw someone on Instagram the other day who wishes to remain nameless, that had just finished it, and I commented, you know, that I had seen it when I first started and always wanted it, and so she sent it to me to share with me. So this is Bluebird Garden, artful offerings, and I really love the quote that's on it. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. And that's from Alfred Lord Tennyson. So I will be happy to stitch up that little bluebird, and she closed the envelope with this little sticker, and so I had to just go ahead and cut it off so I can stick it on my you know, bulletin board or something. So you know who you are, and I thank you. I appreciate you sharing that with me, and I will definitely pass it on when I'm done with it. Okay, as far as haul goes, the same person that sent me that has also been stitching on a pattern that caught my eye because my mom's favorite color was blue, and this is The Winter Is Past from Blackbird. When you look at it online, you can't really tell that it's blue. It looks very dark in their pictures, and so it kind of looks dark here, but it's definitely more blue when you see it in person. Even the picture in person looks more blue. So while I was looking for this, which is The Winter Is Past, I also saw that there's one that's called Winter Is Past. I think that's the name of it. It's not The Winter, it's just Winter. No, it is The Winter. So I guess they have like several charts that are the same names, which I think we already knew anyway. But anyway, this book came up in my search, and I had not had it, so I went ahead and picked it up. Also, I got both of these and the threads for this one from Cobweb Corner. So these are the threads that I did not have. So yeah, you can see all the blues in there. I've ordered from Cobweb Corner before, and they have really good shipping times. They you earn points by shopping with them, and so I was happy to, you know, be able to order from them again. But this has a lot of really pretty patterns in it, this book. You know the rule, right? Buy all the blackbirds. Let me just do a quick little flip through. Let's see. It says on here how many it is. 11 projects. So there's some strawberries. See if there's anything that wasn't on the cover. So the strawberries, there's several different kind of strawberries, and that's the majority of what's in here is the strawberries. Well, there's also this sampler. Gotta get it in there without giving you any of the pattern info. So I picked those up, and then I was watching Fat Quarter Shop's live stream last Wednesday, and they've shown these before, but they showed the month-to-month stickers from Stitching with the Housewives. And while it's not my style, the girl that works up front with me at work, Bree, is definitely her style. And so I wanted to pick up those stickers for her. So, of course, I could not buy any cross-stitch stuff for myself, right? So I felt like I was probably going to run out of several colors on the Jane Eyre sampler. So I picked up some of those. I mean, just look at these colors. I don't know what it is about thread that makes me drool, but it just does. And I also was looking at their needles. You know, Pat Carson doesn't sell hers anymore. I've been a little disappointed in the Bowens recently. The quality doesn't seem quite as good as what it was. The John James, which is what I started out stitching with this time around. I love the petites, but I find that their eyes make my thread shred. And so I've kind of stopped using those. But I really like the petite size, and I wish I could find some more petites in any brand. But it is what it is. But I have tried in the past these Lori Holtz, and I like them. I still have them. The only thing I don't like about these is that this is an assorted pack. So there's needles in here that I will never use that size because I won't. I mean, I never say never, but it's more than likely I won't stitch on, you know, really small counts of fabric. As far as, you know, like smaller count, smaller number, bigger squares. So anyway, I went ahead and picked up some more of those. They have really nice size eyes to get your thread through, even the ones that are, you know, the 28 count. But I also picked up this little tube. It's 4 needles, and it was $2.74. And it is Edmar.com is the name of the company. And not Edmore.com, but Edmore Co. is the name of the company. So this is a 28. I've started using one on Elizabeth Weston, which I've been stitching on this week, and I really, really, really like these. They stitch really smoothly. You know, they're not quite as short as I would want them, but they thread easily, they stitch nicely, and I find that they slide under my threads on the back, you know, when I'm tying off my thread, not tying off, but burying my thread. They do it really smoothly. So I would definitely like these, and I will buy more of these if they keep making them, please. Okay, so that is all the haul and Stitchy Kindness type things. So let me kind of move those out of the way a little bit. So last video I didn't show this piece because it was a finish in 2022 and I didn't want to, no, it was a finish in 2023 and I didn't want to put that on my 2022 recap. So this is my temperature chart from last year, which is from Apricot Polka Dot, the pattern. She's over on Etsy. And I stitched mine on a 14 count chalkboard black Aida with her called for DMCs, 2 strands. And I love it. I love the way it came out. So I won't, you know, I'm not planning on doing another temperature chart anytime soon. But this was a lot of fun to do. More and more people are coming out with patterns. So I saw that Stitching Book Club came out with one. Fat Quarter Shop came out with one. So on New Year's Day, I started my genealogy piece for the Crafty Matriarch group, and I'll insert a picture here. And so this is from Blackbird. I don't think, no, I wouldn't have talked about this on the last one. I just didn't write it down for some reason, but I'm doing this in honor of my mom's grandmother, her mom's mom. And this is Forget Me Not. And this is a piece of linen that I dyed, and I'm using close colors to what they called. If I didn't have the call for, I just chose my own from my stash of overdyes. And so that's what I got done over. I think it was the first, second, and third that I stitched on it. So I'll just talk just a small bit about her. Let's see. I'm trying to think of when I looked up, I searched for her on Google and I found some information, but now I can't remember like the dates of her life. But she didn't really speak a whole lot of English. It was very broken English, and so to me, she was always very quiet. Now, maybe that was her personality. Maybe it was just that, you know, she couldn't communicate with me because for some unknown reason, you know, my parents and my grandparents, they just did not pass the Cajun French on to my generation. I think it's probably because they were made fun of. Like, you know, my father-in-law got his knuckles rapped whenever he would speak French in the school that he went to. You know, my mom didn't speak English until she was 16, and still they didn't pass it on, and I hate it. Because learning languages doesn't really come easy to me, and so I've tried, and it's just, I don't know, it's very sad to me that they didn't. But anyway, I really don't remember her talking a whole lot, though, with like my grandma, you know, who was always there whenever I was with her. But she was just always really quiet to me. She always had on a floral dress. She always had her hair, you know, in braids that were like wrapped around in a circle around her head. And I remember, I think maybe I slept at her house like maybe once, and, you know, seeing her take that braid down and, you know, seeing how long it was just fascinating to me. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of my memories. I want to say I was young married, whenever she passed away. I think Kim might have been small. I don't remember if Lakin was born yet, or, you know, if Kim was even born yet. I need to go back and look at the date. But anyway, I mean, I remember her. I grew up with her. It's not like she died when I was young or anything. So didn't see her a whole lot because we didn't live, you know, we lived like 2 hours away from them. And so, but when I would go spend the summer with my mom's mom, I would, you know, see her mom too. So, you know, and it was always, you know, the conversations going on in French, and then, you know, your name thrown in the middle of them talking, and it's like, what are you saying about me? That kind of thing. So anyway, I'm happy to be doing that piece. Okay, so let's talk about what I stitched on. So I have stitched some more on Winter ABCs from Little House Needlework. It's still not anywhere near being finished, and I've just sort of had to let it go. Like, I still stitch on it. I try to stitch on it, you know, a couple times every week, but I realized that I was kind of making myself crazy, and I have all this other stuff that I want to stitch, and so it's like, is it the end of the world if I don't finish this year and display it this year? No. So, you know, I'll just keep working on it, and when it's done, it's done. But I've gotten down, I did the winter. It's very, it blends in a lot. I don't know if you can even see it on camera. You can see it in person. And this won't be under glass, so people will be able to see it. But anyway, I started working on another snowman, and I think I hope I have enough thread of the treasure braid. I'm praying that I have enough, because I really don't want to have to, well, I say that, I really didn't want to have to order some more like last week, but then I decided that I wasn't going to worry about rushing to get it done, and so now it'd be okay. I still have to order some more the right color treasure braid for my Shannon Christine ornaments, so I need to make an order for that anyway. So anyway, that's what I got done on that. I mean, and it's, you know, I put like maybe 130 stitches or so in it. So, let's see. Not that I necessarily want to go in order, but I'm going to kind of go in order of what I have written down so that I don't forget anything. So I've still been working some on Jane Eyre. I haven't worked on it in a couple of days. And I've also fallen behind on reading the book. The print is real small, and so, you know, I usually read before I go to bed, and I'll have really great light in there. And I don't know, by the time I get done stitching stuff in the evening, by the time I go to bed, I'm just tired, and I want to just like read on my tablet where it's easy to see. And so I haven't been keeping up with the reading, but you know, it is what it is. So I think since you've seen it, oh gosh, I don't remember what all I had done. I don't know if I had finished this part or not, but I have since finished that part. Did the band across here, which I changed. It called for like the light green, which is like my leaves, and I went ahead and used a totally different green. And then I started the Charlotte Bronte, did the center motif, and then I started the Charlotte Bronte band. And I think that's what I needed to get done this week. So if you don't remember, I'm stitching this on a 32 count that I hand dyed. And I wish that I had had enough 36 count to have a big enough piece. That's why I had to order more thread, because I'm having to use 2 strands. And so, you know, my preference is to use a stitch count that I don't have to use more than 1 thread. So there's that. And then last Saturday we had our Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals group that met for our stitching day. And if you don't know about that group, we meet the first Saturday of every month at Calico Rose Quilt Shop in Florence, Alabama. And we're just a group of hand stitchers. You can bring crochet, knits, smocking, tatting, hand quilting, embroidery, cross stitch, whatever you want that you can do with your hands and a needle. Is allowed. We try not to, you know, sometimes I'll have people in there that are sewing for a class, like to catch up on stuff that they've done there. But we try to not have machines if we can help it. And it's never been anyone that's like in our group. It's just someone that's been there, you know, working on something. But anyway, we started, let's see. Yes. We started Jeanette Douglas's mini bouquets. These were free on her website all of last year. And so we just sort of talked. We mostly visited at this meeting. I didn't really stitch a whole lot at all, which is unusual for me. Even if I'm visiting, I'm usually stitching. But we visited a lot, and we talked about, you know, the choices that we needed to make with stitching this, doing this stitch along, whether or not we want to stitch it all in one piece, whether or not we want to stitch each one individually, you know, what fabrics to choose and things like that. So, but I did get it started, and then I stitched one more day on it. So let's see. 6. So I've got about 390 stitches into it. And really, I could probably, wouldn't take me long to finish it, but this was my my start on number 1. This is the pineapple bouquet. So I'm using 28 count Irish linen, which is from Michaels. It's very inexpensive, and it's very nice to stitch on, even though you have to use 2 strands. I was going to dye some fabrics to do this on, and then I saw that I had this big piece of this already. And so, and I was not feeling like, you know, I woke up Friday not feeling good and had the meeting the next day. And so I just decided to go with this, and I think it's perfect. And I'm just pulling my own Some of her called for overdyes, and then my own if I didn't have what she called for. So, got a good little start. So, I am going to try to keep caught up on this as far as doing one bouquet a month. And if you wanted to stitch along with us, you don't have to be part of our group to do that, but we are hashtagging it. I'll put it across the bottom right here because I want to get the hashtag exactly right. So I'll put it across the bottom right here to let you know. If you want to stitch, you post on social media, make sure to do that tag for us so that we can see what you're stitching. Okay, so the only other thing that I've stitched on is Elizabeth Weston. And let me just real quick grab the pattern so I can show you exactly where I'm stitching. So I'm stitching right here in this area. So I finished this little butterfly. I did this part of this over one bird. I have just like, well, I think one more color and then part of the green to finish on that over one bird. You can't see it, it's very faint on here, but this is a crown. I finished the crown last night. And so, let's see. Now I just have to, I need to do the tree trunk and finish out the bird. And then I can go and start, you know, going down on my border again. I haven't stitched on the border in quite a while. But you'll see once I get done, you know, there, I'm you know, more than halfway done. So all I've got is this, you know, all I've got is this bottom section right here, and then this will be done. So that is exciting. So she's quite large, and I always have problems showing all of it to you. So I think I'm going to show you where I'm stitching, and then I'm going to include a picture of her in all of her current glory. Okay. So I've been stitching these motifs right here. I did have some more over one little berries or whatever those are on the tree that I didn't realize I had 2 more to do. So I did those, and then I usually work a little bit on over one and then a little bit on regular stitching each stitching session. So today is the last day that I have allotted to work on her, and this month. And so you know, that's all. I'm not gonna I have to look and see where I am page wise, because I am trying to get a page finish every month. But I want to say that like this straddles a couple of, so I've gone over onto another page and started stitching some, like over here. I think it's on a different page than really where I needed to do a finish. So I've kind of finished one and then gone on to another one. But I'm not going to do any more days beyond today to try to get, you know, all of this page done. No, that will wait for next month. So this fabric was dyed for me specifically for this project. It's a 36 count linen that Devin FL over on Instagram dyed to match her fabric that she's doing this on, because her fabric looked like it's meant to stitch this on it. So, and I'm just using the call for DMC flosses. And here's a picture of her as she is to date. Okay, that's it. That's all that I stitched on this week. As far as plans go, I'm drawing a blank. My plans are on my iPad, which is what I'm filming on. So Let me see if I can think real quick. I think this weekend I'm going to work on one of my Whip Go pieces, and I think it's Prim Stitch series, so I'll work on that starting tomorrow, and then on Sunday I want to get some stitches in on my daughter's quilt that I'm hand quilting, and so I need to do over the next 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I want to try to get three sets of arcs done. It's done with 6 different colors in an arc pattern, and so I would like to get 1.5 done today and then 1.5 tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. So if you're only here for the stitching, you can say goodbye and go and watch some other floss tubers that are out there. And I'll see you on the next video. If you want to hear what's been going on and what I've been reading, then stick around and we'll talk about that a second. So like I said, all I've been doing really is going to work and stitching, watching the Celtics. They've been doing pretty good lately, and so that's always fun when your team's winning. So, and then Nathan's been playing basketball. He has a tournament that starts tomorrow, and so we'll go to one game tomorrow. Malachi starts his basketball practices today, I believe, and I'm not sure if he plays tomorrow or he plays next Saturday. I don't know. I'm not clear on that. But so, you know, we'll be still doing basketball for a while, but I think Nathan's tournament goes, you know, starts tomorrow and then it goes through next Saturday also. And so we'll have another week of basketball with him. And then we'll move on to basketball with Malachi. They've gotten a late start because of their building. They needed to put a new roof on it. And so, yeah. As far as what I've been watching, I started watching Bosch Legacy. We had watched the whole Bosch series and loved it. And so I just had never started Bosch Legacy, so I finally started that, and I really like it. I didn't realize, but all of a sudden I had an episode pop up of All Creatures, Great and Small. So the new season started this past Sunday, I think. And so I was excited to see that. Something else started that popped up. Now I'm drawing a blank. I know Midsummer Murders started a few weeks ago, so I've been watching those episodes. I don't remember what the other one was. I don't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, that's what I've been enjoying watching-wise. I've been reading a series I finished the last in the series this morning. It's called Victorian Love, Victorian Romance. It's by M.A. Nichols, Nichols. And so those have been, you know, just nice little light kind of reads, which is usually what I like to, you know, read when I'm going to sleep. So I did discover 2 things that I wanted to share with you guys, and I mean, they're totally unrelated and totally not related to stitching at all, but this past time when I did a grocery order, I ordered some new razors for myself, and I am completely amazed by these razors. I swear, guys, it feels like they don't even have blades in them. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Did it really, you know, I'm like feeling my skin going, did it really shave me? Because it doesn't feel like it has blades at all. But they're Chic Hydro Silk 5s. I don't know how much I paid for them. I think razors are extremely outrageously priced, but we have to have them if we want to be hair free. And so, you know, if you don't, more power to you. You go right ahead and not waste that time shaving, but I'd like to be, you know, hair free. So anyway, you have to buy them. It's sort of like gas. You've got to put it in your car. Who cares what it costs? I mean, you know, yeah, it's expensive and we hate it, but we need it. So I don't even pay attention because I don't want to know, because it'll annoy me. It's that kind of thing. So I discovered that. And I also discovered, I think it was an ad on Facebook. Man, they see me coming, I guess. But it's called Pear Eyewear. And I'm sure you've seen it already. I'm just like late to the party or whatever. I haven't ordered anything yet, but I did go online last night and do their little virtual try-on tool. And now I just gotta, I think I probably need to go get another eye exam to get a new prescription, and then I'll go from there. But anyway, they have different frames. You know, I think they have like maybe 9 different women's type frames. They have men's, they have kids. So you buy a frame with your, you know, prescription lenses. I mean, if you don't need prescription, then just buy, if you just want to wear glasses, you know, you can do that too, but you know, I need the prescription. So, and then they have these little, they call them toppers. And so the sun toppers are like 30 a piece, and then the other patterns are like 25. Dangerous, I'm telling you. But all they do is they're magnetized and they adhere to your frames with magnets. And so, you know, like these glasses that I have, they have the it's the transitions, and they're okay, but I really don't like the way they stay dark for a little while after I go inside from, you know, being in the sun to inside. I don't know if they're really dark enough, you know, like they're not like dark sunglasses, they just get shaded. So, but these have, you know, actual, it's like a sunglass frame, doesn't have any, well, the sunglasses do. The sunglasses have, you know, the tinted lenses on top, and you just magnetize, clip them, not clip them, you just touch them, and they adhere to your frames. And then the other ones, the ones that are just decorative, they don't have any lenses in them. And so, you know, like right now they're doing their Valentine's line, and then I was looking through their Instagram, you know, and they had like their Christmas line, and then, you know, all these different things. And I don't think I would, you know, like I don't want a different pair to wear every day, but I would like to, you know, like I love Valentine's because it's like pink and red and purple. It's my colors. So, you know, I did pick out one of those, and then I picked out a pair of sparkly rose gold sunshade toppers. And so I've been looking at, you know, people commenting and things like that. They'll say that their shipping is really slow. Some people say their customer service is really bad, but then other people say that it didn't have any problem. Some people have said that they've had problems with them the magnets not being strong enough. Then other people say, I haven't had any problems at all. And so they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I figured that, you know, that's something that I will give a try to. Someone did have a tip. I don't know if any of you have these already, but if you're having problems with things sticking, someone gave a tip to get a magnet, like a refrigerator type magnet, and rub it over the magnetized part, and that it might make the magnet stronger. I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess it's worth a try, because people said, you know, they fall off and they don't even realize, like they're in the grocery store and they don't even realize they lost their topper. So anyway, but it's all kind of like fun colors and fun patterns and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely see myself buying seasonal toppers to go, you know, for different holidays. So go check that out if you haven't checked it out already. I can't think if there's anything else. I don't know if there's any like cross-stitch community news really. Watching all my normal, you know, FlossTubers, Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, Rachel Q Stitches, Fat Quarter Shop. I'm trying to think of who I've watched lately. It seems like there's someone that I watched, like the last probably month or so, 2 months, I've been sort of watching my like top ones that, you know, when their video comes out, I watch it within 24 hours usually. but it seems like I've watched some other ones recently, but I'm drawing a blank, so I'm not going to try to name them. But anyway, yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. I don't know when I'll be back with a video. It just sort of depends on how I feel when I'm off. Definitely cannot get these done while I'm working, and so yeah, I did want to say to the people that won giveaways, I have not forgot about you. I know you think I have, but I have not forgotten. And I'm hoping to get, I've got one of them already in envelope and ready to go. And so hopefully today, after I get done with my massage, I can stop by the post office and get that in the mail. The other one, I hadn't heard from her until just within the last week. And so I haven't even gotten that one ready to mail, but hopefully you won't have to wait too much longer. I apologize, but you know, it is what it is. I just got to do what I can do, and you know, hope you forgive me. So I appreciate everybody that hung around to the end, and if you saw anything you like in this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, share my video, all that good stuff to help me grow my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.